All right, good Tuesday morning to you. Thank you for watching on this April the 2nd. We're happy to have you along here on the KGNS Digital News Desk. It is the day after the long weekend for many. Most of you, well, not most of you, I have no idea how many of you, but a lot of you may have been off yesterday. Welcome back to the routine. Everybody's back in school. Everybody's back at work. Yolanda's back. Hi, Yolanda. How are you?
I've been here.
Oh, that's true. You didn't go anywhere. This is true. What's going on with you?
Okay, so what's going on with me and weather is that for today it should be very pleasant. The only thing is that it's going to be a windy day, but then tomorrow those pleasant temperatures are expected to continue. And I know that many people are excited for next week because it's going to be the total solar eclipse that's going to be visible across parts of Texas and all the way across parts of the U.S. But you know what? I do have some bad news because for that day, we do see that there's going to be some cloud coverage, and not only that, there's going to be some spots that are going to be getting some isolated to scattered showers for that day. I know, but this could change. So right now, that's what I'm saying since yesterday I've been mentioning, but it could change. Hoping for it to change because it is going to be a beautiful phenomenon to watch. Okay, so for us for today, what is it looking like? Those temperatures are in the 70s, 75 for us here in Laredo. The good thing it's not feeling humid. In the upper 60s for Cotula, 75 for Zapata, 72 for Falcon Lake, also for Carrizo Springs, 75 for Heavenville, and 74 for Freer. So our dew points, we noticed the change compared to yesterday. They were in the 60s and 70s. It felt muggy, but now thanks to that cold front that passed last night, and I know you would say it's not called a cold front. It didn't do much of a change to our temperatures here in the lower parts of Texas in the southern. But we do see that it's not feeling humid as well. It's going to be a beautiful day. The only thing is that there's going to be lots of sunshine. So if you're going to be out there, make sure you apply some sunblock. Also, those winds are coming from the north, so you could feel that cool breeze. We do see those winds about 5 to 16 miles per hour already, and it is going to be a breezy day. Gusts up to 23 miles per hour is expected for us, and those breezy conditions will continue for tonight. Moving on to that radar, we do see there's not much going on in Texas. In the west, they're getting some isolated to scattered showers. Also, they're under elevated fire weather conditions because it is very dry, and also those strong winds that they're getting. And then we do see some parts of Houston and Galveston getting some isolated to scattered showers, but those showers should be moving towards the southeast. But an area of concern across the U.S. would be mainly for the Ohio Valley. That's where they're getting those showers and thunderstorms all the way into the northeast, and also in the Great Lakes, showers and thunderstorms with mixed precipitation, some winter weather going on for them. And then for this week, since we're going to have that high pressure move in, it should be clearing out those rain chances, but bringing lots of sunshine for us here. So our days are going to be sunny, and those temperatures will be warming up as we head towards the end of this week. So for today, our temperatures in the low 80s to mid 80s, breezy conditions, winds blowing from the north. And then for tonight around 10 p.m., those breezy conditions continue. We do see that we're going to be in the 70s, but we're expected to reach a low in the 50s. And then this is what you could expect for the month of April, the 7th to the 11th. And this is what I talking about, because next week it will be the total solar eclipse that will be visible across parts of the U.S. But just look at those areas that are shaded in green, meaning that above normal precipitation is expected, and areas in that darker green have a greater chance of showers and thunderstorms. And technically, we do see Texas covered all up in green all the way into Louisiana, Arkansas, even into the Great Lakes. So that's how it's looking. And then California will be getting a break from those showers and thunderstorms below normal precipitation. And then this is your 7-day. This is how it's going to be looking for us for this week. As you do see, by Thursday, we do see those temperatures increasing into the upper 80s, and also our lows into the 60s. And Saturday and Sunday, partly sunny skies, temperatures ranging in the 90s to 80s. By Monday of next week, starting off in the low 90s. Back to you, Ruben.
Well, you really are raining on everybody's parade, Yolanda, as far as the eclipse is gone.
Well, then what if it changes and then people will be, she said it was going to rain, but no. you know, I just want to prepare them. There's going to be some spots that are probably going to be lucky enough that you could see the clouds open.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh my gosh, it's visible. And then
I mean, that's fair because this is the event that everybody's talking about. You just want to make everybody aware that, hey, you know what? We might see some clouds, so it may not happen.
I'll probably do some graphics where it kind of shows the cloud coverage and the path of the total solar eclipse.
All right, we've got all-day coverage, by the way, here on the digital news desk. Local News Live will be covering the eclipse all day long. Our heatwave burler will be on location as well, and so stay tuned.
It's also going to be in Spanish, though, too.
Interesting.
I think Liseli is going to be out there for Telemundo.
All right. Thanks, Yolanda. Yolanda Villarreal will be on Telemundo en tu Casa at 11, and then she'll see us again at noon. Thanks, Yolanda.
Thank you. Bye.
All righty, let me take a quick look at traffic and then we'll take a break and come back with a couple of stories for you. Let's look at Mines Road at this hour. This is going to be Mines Road at Flecha Lane. There was a few trucks on the roadways there a little bit earlier, but not a whole lot happening out in that very, very busy part of town. Okay, we'll be back with more here on the Digital News Desk. Stay with me. Okay, welcome back to the KGNS Digital News Desk. Thanks for staying with us. Well, it's the subject that all of us cannot stop talking about. We've been talking about it already, the solar eclipse. According to NASA, the last total solar eclipse in the U.S. was seen in Oregon in 2017, Oregon. Now, for the first time since 1878, parts of Texas will be able to experience a total solar eclipse. Here at home, the TAMU Planetarium's director speaks to our Salma Lozano on what people in our area will see on April the 8th.
A total solar eclipse is a moment when the moon goes between the Earth and the Sun. Director of Lamar Bruni Vergara Planetarium at TAMU, Dr. Peter Davis, describes that since Laredo is to the west of the shadow, Laredo will not experience total darkness.
The sun will get smaller and smaller and more like a crescent shape as time goes on. It won't get dark, but it will get darker. And the color of the sky will change. People look at it and they think, oh man, it just kind of makes me, it seems weird, you know. And that's because the shadow is gray and not blue, so it's turning blue-gray.
However, the experience remains worthwhile as we can see the natural progression of the eclipse.
Once it goes through that part that's like totality, but it isn't quite totality, it will then start to, the sun will start to, the moon will move over and the sun will show more and more and more, and it'll get brighter and brighter and brighter until the very end of the eclipse.
Davis has seen 3 total eclipses and attests that each eclipse is unique, with the surroundings adding to the beauty and rarity of the experience.
Al's the first one I went to, went up and looked through the split rail fence. They all went to the one edge of the pasture to look at the sun because they knew something was happening that was different. The birds went to roost right there, and then right before the totality, they all got really still. It was like everything was holding its breath, and that added to the effect. And the wind died, and it was like, and then all of a sudden the eclipse started. So it can be really spectacular if you see the whole effect.
According to Davis, the U.S. will likely not see another eclipse until the year 2045, making this a must-see experience. For KGNS News, Salma Lozano.
Thank you, Salma. And once again, we will have all-day coverage here on KGNS throughout the day on the day of the solar eclipse. We'll see what happens. Okay, in other news, a state highway is set to get a big upgrade. Widening of 2 sections of Highway 359 will soon begin starting at 4 miles east of Loop 20 to about 10 miles east of Loop 20 for a length of almost 6 miles. To mark the beginning of construction, TxDOT, in coordination with the city of Laredo, Webb County, federal, state, and local officials, will hold a groundbreaking ceremony. That's tomorrow at 10:30 in the morning in the parking lot of the Webb County Youth Village, which is located at 111 Camino Nuevo. That's about 6 miles east of Loop 20 on the left side next to the Pulga Blanca Laredo Flea Market. If you plan on attending, officials recommend arriving early due to a one-lane, two-way traffic merger in the area. Well, project completed after 30 days, the city of Laredo has concluded the chlorine conversion process. If you noticed a chlorine smell coming from your tap water, it was due to the annual water treatment process required by the TCEQ. The conversion is performed every year or two to flush out any potential bacteria. For questions or concerns about the process, city officials encourage you to call 311 or the utilities department. That number is 721-2000. 721-2000. With the purpose of preventing child abuse in Laredo and Webb County, several local child abuse cases will be spotlighted during an annual conference. Every year, counselors, educators, psychiatrists, and other professionals who work closely with children are invited to attend to learn about the latest resources available, some of the signs to watch out for as well. Dr. Severita Sanchez, Executive Director of the Children's Advocacy Center, says this year they'll focus on several local cases, including the Ronald Anthony Burgos case, as well as two sisters who were sexually abused by their father.
The eldest daughter, Michelle, she will be flying in from Washington and going over actual step-by-step what she went through. The 4 prosecutors will be present, and we will talk about her abuse while it happened here in Laredo, while it went through the public school system and the university system. And the name of her title is most appropriate. It's called Where Were You? Asking us, where were you when all this was happening to me?
Dr. Sanchez adds that a special victims investigator will be discussing the process of reported child abuse cases to CPS. Again, that conference is tomorrow at TAMIU. We'll have full coverage about what was discussed. 1 in 36 children in the U.S. are diagnosed with autism. Over 1,000 people in Laredo have been diagnosed with it. To bring awareness, Families for Autism Support and Awareness will hold a lighted up blue Jeep parade in honor of Autism Awareness Month. All Jeeps are invited to participate, with the parade starting at the Bartlett Soccer Complex at 5 this afternoon, and then everyone's encouraged to wear blue today.
Have a Jeep parade. These are members of the community that sign up, to be in a parade. They transfer our kiddos from whatever location they're going to meet, and they're going to take them to the LISD PAC. So the kids are really excited about that parade. So if people want to join us, they can get in contact with Ms. Ana Zapata.
Well, after the Jeep parade, Orduño says they will light up the Laredo ISD PAC blue for autism awareness. That event starts at 5:30 and goes on until 9 at night. And again, you're encouraged to wear blue today if you're not already doing so. Well, with everyone back at work today, Lake Casablanca park officials tell us lots of people made time to help clean up the park. They're reporting that the No Confetti and Leave No Trace campaign was successful. Crews were out on Monday cleaning up from the weekend and say there wasn't much to do. Officials say trash bags placed at frequent spots around the park helped reduce the temptation to litter by the thousands of people who celebrated the holy day at the park. As temperatures begin to warm up, park officials say they'll soon announce several events planned for this month and throughout the summer.
It's much better this year compared to previous years. We had over 3,000 people in the park yesterday, so there was a lot of people in the park. It was a busy day. We stayed open till 10 o'clock, but it was nonstop the entire day. Lines were pretty long. People got in line at 1 in the morning to come into the park, so it was a busy day.
And as I mentioned, they're going to be hosting several events this month and throughout the summer. Every scar has a story, and for one Laredo family, one boy's scar represents the story of his heart since birth. Christian Esteves was born with a heart condition known as transposition of the great arteries. The condition is a birth defect in which the two main arteries carrying blood to the heart are switched in position. As a result, Christian sometimes breathes blood and lives with a number of other symptoms. The little boy's journey has been a long one. At 2 weeks, he had his first surgery. At 6 months, his second. At 2 years, his third. And at 3 years, his fourth. The family is now traveling to a children's hospital for a checkup to see whether Christian will need a heart transplant. If he does, the family expects to wait a long time until one is available.
It's going to be a stay we don't know. We've been in the hospital for more than 2 months. If you put everything together, we've been in the hospital more than probably 2 years, half of his life there in the hospital. So we don't know the wait.
To help the family with expenses, a local Vietnam veterans group is holding a raffle to collect funds for the Garcia family on Friday, April 12th. That'll be next Friday. If you want to help, you can find more information under this article on our website at kgns.tv. The American Cancer Society's main fundraiser, Relay for Life, invites you to take part in 2 events that they're going to host this month. The funds raised go towards cancer research and services for patients diagnosed with cancer. The first event takes place April 11th at Falcon Bank Event Center. The group is inviting those battling cancer and survivors to attend. The second is taking place April 19th at UISD's Student Activity Center, where teams will walk from 6 in the evening until 1 in the morning to honor those fighting the disease.
We walk for those who can't, for those cancer patients, and we honor our survivors at that event. It's all about the survivors, and we also remember those that we have lost. We do have a luminaria ceremony where we remember our loved ones, and of course we honor our survivors. We have a fight back ceremony where we all pledge to do whatever we can, to make sure that no one has to hear those 3 dreadful words, you have cancer.
Well, to see a complete list of the events hosted by Relay for Life, go to our website at kgns.tv. All right, there is a city council meeting, so we will have coverage of that later today. That council meeting is on a Tuesday because yesterday was a holiday. This is a regularly scheduled meeting. One of the items on the agenda is the convention center. That topic is back again on the agenda. If you recall, this was up for a vote 6 years ago, and they wanted to put it downtown. Apparently, they're going to bring back this idea. We'll see what exactly that has to do with. That meeting starts at 5:30 at City Council Chambers. All right, that's all I got. I will see you on KGNS News at noon, and then I'll see you again tomorrow morning at 6, and then we'll see you again tomorrow here at 10 a.m. on the Digital News Desk. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed rest of your day.